Hello to everyone gathering to celebrate India Day with the Rotary Club of Edina. I'd like to extend a special thank you to my friend Dr. S.K. Dash for inviting all of us to join him in celebrating his incredible achievement of being inducted into the Arch Clump Society of Rotary International. I'll talk a little bit more about his work in just a moment, but first, all of you. As Edina Rotarians, all of you have established yourselves as leaders, friends, and problem solvers in this community and in the world around us. I've been honored to join you personally several times in the past, way back to my days as county attorney. And I know that from supporting the high school and the fire department in Edina to funding clean water efforts in Guatemala, there's really no limit to your reach or your devotion to improving people's lives. You know, in 2022, Minnesota exported more than $320 million worth of products to India, which is why this is, I hope, part of the reason why it's your focus today. In that same year, Minnesota imported over $560 million worth of products from India. At the national level, trade between our two countries reached nearly $150 billion. And what I love about Rotary is you get that we just can't put our hands in the sand and just do business without looking at what's going on in the rest of the world. You get it with your charitable work, but you also get that it is the underpinning of our economy. Now more than ever, the countries of the United States of America and India are leading side by side in shared values, in our dedication to global security and stability, and yes, our embrace of trade relations. That's why I recently went to India with a group of senators where we focused on the importance of increasing exports, particularly from Minnesota. And then back in Washington, after meeting with Prime Minister Modi and his top leaders in India, I got to see him again and was part of the small group of leaders that welcomed him to the Capitol and brought him into the House chamber where he gave his fine speech. And then I was honored to attend the state dinner and join him and his officials to talk about the new effort to accelerate technological cooperation between our two countries. With this strong partnership, we will make the world a better place. Now, I'd like to turn to my friend, Dr. Dash. I first got to know him back in 2006. I was Hennepin County Attorney, and he served as chairman of the Hindu Temple of Minnesota in Maple Grove. Earlier that year, the temple had been tragically vandalized by two young men shortly before it was scheduled to open, with windows broken and sacred statues honoring Hindu deities destroyed. And despite the pain I knew that our Hindu community was feeling from the senseless destruction of their place of worship, Dr. Dash and other temple leaders showed great compassion towards the two young men who had committed the vandalism. As part of their religious mission, they fought for actually more lenient sentences for the two vandals, instead asking them to come to the temple as part of their sentence to help clean up the damage and to learn about the Hindu faith and culture. This is really an incredible story. Those two young men then went on to develop strong relations with the temple and with the broader Hindu community. And yes, in 2015, I joined Dr. Dash again at the groundbreaking ceremony for the Hindu temple's Garden of Peace and Reflection, which was an expansion of the temple, and it was built on top of where the vandalized statues had been buried. And as the community celebrated the compassion and love that have always been at the heart of Hinduism, they have kept in touch with those young men. They're not even that young anymore, but their lives could have taken a very different turn except for the compassion of Dr. Dash. That story of forgiveness and understanding is testament to Dr. Dash's dedication to bringing people together and forging connection. Those qualities were again on display last November when I saw the Minnesota Historical Society honor him by naming their rotunda for the Dash Foundation. We all know that Dr. Dash has a long history of supporting projects in India, from working with unserved populations to provide cancer screenings to helping ensure clean drinking water. I look forward to continuing to work with Dr. Dash and our state's Indian American community to further deepen ties between the U.S. and India, Dr. Dash, thanks for all you've done to build bridges in your community, in our state, and around the world. Congratulations on this well-earned honor. Rotary gets it. They get the importance of India as we move forward as a state and as a country. So it is such a fitting honor. To everyone attending the India Day celebration, thank you for your devotion to community service. Enjoy the rest of the event. You deserve it. Thanks, everyone.